We are now starting the another topic that's called principle of inheritance and variation. Firstly, we should know that what is genetics. We generally say that genetics is that branch of biology which deals with variation and inheritance. If I call you that Gregor John Mendel is generally called the father of genetics. Firstly, when we combine genetics has the two things inheritance and variation, then we should know what is inheritance. Inheritance is generally the process by which characters are passed from one generation to another generation, from parents to offsprings. Variation means when there is a change, when the change means ki when there is the offsprings are changed from one generation to another generation. Degree by which the progeny differs from its parents. Offsprings are differs from parents to their respective. We call that this is the वेरिएशन. वेरिएशन कैसे होती है? ट्रांसफर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स, तो उसको हमने नाम दिया इनहेरिटेंस. प्रोसेस बाय विच कैरेक्टर्स आर पास फ्रॉम पेरेंट्स टू ऑफस्प्रिंग्स. गोया कि दिस टू दैट इज जेनेटिक्स एंड genetics has the two important words, inheritance and variation. Variation means there is the difference in offsprings from one generation to another generation, whereas inheritance is transmission or transmission, passing of characters from parents to offsprings. लेकिन हम कहते हैं कि each and every is depend upon most, and that's gene. Gene is the functional unit of inheritance. Or if gene has the two forms, we call that these are alleles. Now, these are the importance we are regarding in genetics. If I say you that what is phenotype, what is genotype, फर्स्टली हम बात करेंगे किसी इंसान का मतलब if we say that a person is like that person, we say physically. I told that his appearance is just like his parent. I call this is physical appearance, and that's called a phenotype. Genotype means कि it is genetic makeup. Genetic makeup है क्या इसका? If I tell you the most important example, I call you that a plant has a plant. If I recombine the gametes and gametes combine, this gives the plant. The plant is tall. The plant is short. I call this is physical appearance. That's called a phenotype, which makes it tall and short. I call TT. That is called TT means कि dominant tall है. अगर small t है हम कहेंगे short dwarf. But there are two, that is phenotype and genotype. If I call you that TT capital T, that is a genotype but it is a dominant. If I call the TT small, I call that is a genotype but is a dwarf. अगर आपसे कोई कहेगा व्हाट इज जीनोटाइप, आप बोलोगे सर जेनेटिक मेकअप. फिनोटाइप फिजिकल अपीयरेंस. नाउ filial means it is the generation. Filial actually means generation. If I cross t small t and capital T, then there is another generation. I call that filial. I think this is the introduction of genetics. After that, we will go to see the laws of inheritance, Punnett square, first generation ratio, second generation ratio, genotype. I will